Ever watched a game show so outrageous it made you cringe and laugh at the same time? Imagine contestants pushed to their limits. What lengths will they go to for a win? In this video, we're diving into the 13 craziest Japanese game shows, from wildly bizarre physical challenges to downright ridiculous stunts. Get ready for the unexpected. Takeshi's Castle is often seen as the grandfather of extreme Japanese game shows. While it may appear as harmless fun, it was actually a showcase of challenging and sometimes embarrassing moments disguised as family entertainment. The show featured a massive castle surrounded by mud pits, giant foam boulders, and swinging mechanical axes. Contestants, dressed in unusual costumes offering little protection, had to navigate these difficult obstacles to reach the castle gates and win. What made Takeshi's Castle intense was its design, which made success very difficult. The obstacles were not just tough, they often led to amusing and awkward situations. Contestants were flung into the air by hidden trampolines, lost in foam walls, or forced to balance on unstable bridges. The creators knew audiences enjoyed watching unexpected and funny moments. Every fall and slip was filmed and replayed for entertainment. The contestants were ordinary people, not professional athletes or stunt performers. Many participated, hoping for money or recognition, enduring physical challenges and emotional stress for a prize few earned. The emotional impact was rarely discussed. Contestants prepared for months, only to be eliminated in moments broadcast on national TV. Their mishaps were shown repeatedly, becoming popular clips shared by many viewers. This format later spread worldwide, with many countries creating their own versions. It shows that the interest in watching challenging situations turned into entertainment is common across cultures and was skillfully used by Takeshi's Castle. Have you ever watched Takeshi's Castle? What was your favorite wild or funny moment from the show? Comment and chat with me. When you think you've seen it all, brace yourself for an even more surprising and boundary-pushing spectacle on Human Slip and Slide. Human Slip and Slide took extreme entertainment to an unusual level. The show's simple premise involved women in swimsuits lying in a line, creating a human pathway, while a middle-aged man crawled across them without falling or causing disruption. This unusual setup was intentional, designed to push boundaries while avoiding censorship. The power dynamic was noticeable. Women acted as a human pathway for the challenge, while the man crawled over them with cameras capturing every moment. Another segment featured two men competing to fit the most apples into their clothing, cheered on by an audience. An unusual and surprising challenge. The show wasn't focused on skill, strategy, or traditional entertainment. It relied mainly on shock value and unique challenges, with participants' awkward moments as a central feature. Despite this, or perhaps because of it, the show attracted large audiences eager to see more surprising content, leading producers to increase the outrageousness in each episode. Human Slip and Slide's legacy shows how entertainment can sometimes push limits. It demonstrates how viewers might become involved in unusual or challenging content when it is presented as comedy and entertainment. As the shock value escalated, prepare to enter the world of Gaki no Tsukai, where laughter itself becomes a high-stakes test. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our upcoming journeys. Gaki no Tsukai appeared as harmless comedy, but was a tough test of human endurance disguised as a variety show. Its most famous segment, the Batsu game, challenged comedians and celebrities to avoid laughing during pranks and skits, with light-hearted penalties for failure. Contestants went through hours of unusual and uncomfortable situations, knowing that any reaction could lead to a consequence. They weren't just resisting comedy, but their own instincts. The creators knew the real entertainment came from watching people face psychological challenges. The show acted like a live social experiment, using playful embarrassment as part of the fun. One challenge, the wall of boxes, required contestants to balance on unstable stacks, while others tried to knock them down, creating tension. Failure led to some physical discomfort, and moments shared with millions of viewers. The show presented this treatment as comedy, which sometimes desensitized participants and viewers to discomfort. Contestants learned to control natural reactions, while audiences enjoyed the unexpected moments. The long-term effects on participants were not publicly discussed. Many were comedians seeking exposure, taking part in challenges that might be seen as intense but were broadcast as entertainment. Gaki no Tsukai's format influenced shows worldwide, inspiring others to package challenging situations as lighthearted fun, so long as everyone seemed to be part of the joke. Tap the like button to let us know this content is making a difference, and if you're watching on your phone, be sure to press the hype button right below. Every hype helps this video get published to more people, and it truly supports me in earning extra income. I promise to keep bringing you even more great content. Dero is a highly intense game show disguised as an escape room challenge. It was carefully designed to test participants through fear, confusion, and sensory overload. The premise was simple: solve puzzles to escape themed rooms before time ran out. But each room challenged players not only intellectually but also psychologically, using horror elements and unusual consequences for failure. The puzzles often took a back seat to the mental pressure. Participants encountered environments that could trigger claustrophobia, paranoia, and panic. A mysterious figure wearing a paper bag mask added to the eerie atmosphere. What made Dero challenging was its focus on human psychology. Creators recognized that stress affects problem-solving, so they designed conditions that made completing tasks more difficult. Failure led to physical challenges, like being squeezed between walls, or balancing on moving platforms, which became more intense when combined with psychological pressure. Producers stated no physical harm was caused, but the experience involved heightened stress and fear while being watched by millions. The show presented this as entertainment, normalizing the idea that intense challenges could be engaging if framed correctly. Participants, often seeking money or exposure, faced not just the rooms but also economic pressures that led them to accept these challenges. Dero's legacy highlights how psychological elements can be used in media challenges, and shows how entertainment can approach sensitive boundaries when profit is involved. Stretch Your Limits is a physical endurance show featuring mostly women contestants. The premise involved stretching their legs while a machine gradually increased the distance. A spinning wheel added unpredictability by deciding the number of turns. The first person unable to continue would lose, making the challenge one of physical discomfort and effort. The show drew attention for focusing primarily on women with specific clothing and a challenging physical task. Contestants faced significant psychological pressure, managing natural discomfort while the machine increased the stretch. Producers described the show as a test of flexibility and endurance, but some saw it as pushing participants to their limits under the guise of competition. Viewers watched people persevere through difficult physical challenges rather than traditional athletic contests. Many contestants smiled or laughed despite discomfort, showing how people often cope during tough moments. The long-term effects on participants were not widely discussed. Holding extreme physical positions for extended periods can cause strain, but the show emphasized immediate entertainment over participant comfort or safety. Let's Go to the End of the World combined global adventure with extreme challenges, using cultural differences and unfamiliar environments to create psychological stress. The show placed contestants in settings where their usual coping skills were tested. Participants traveled to remote locations without full preparation or understanding of local customs. They faced physical challenges, as well as tasks that highlighted cultural differences, creating tension from their discomfort. One example featured a woman in traditional Japanese clothing navigating an obstacle course with distractions. This contrast was purposeful, aiming to highlight cultural contrasts. The show isolated contestants from familiar surroundings and support systems, increasing their dependence on the game's structure. The psychological pressure was intentional. Contestants managed high-stress situations while completing difficult tasks. The focus went beyond entertainment to testing mental endurance. The show sometimes presented cultural experiences as challenging, which may have unintentionally reinforced misunderstandings about different cultures. Its international format shared these ideas widely, influencing other programs and shaping a style where encountering different cultures is linked to intense challenges. This raised concerns about the portrayal of participants and cultures. Candy or Not Candy may seem like harmless fun, but it challenged natural instincts for entertainment. The contestants used their mouths to decide if objects were edible candy or real non-food items. This tested their trust in their own senses and judgment. From childhood, people learn not to put unknown objects in their mouths, a key safety instinct. The show asked contestants to break this rule repeatedly, testing their natural caution. The objects looked exactly like everyday items: doorknobs, shoes, hats, and tables, making it hard to rely on sight alone. This created ongoing uncertainty and tension beyond the game. While the show stated all non-food items were safe, putting unknown objects in the mouth may carry some risk. Contestants accepted this challenge for audience entertainment. Mistakes caused discomfort and confusion, sometimes shaking contestants' confidence in their own judgment. The show also mixed food with inedible objects, making eating a challenging and anxious experience for participants. Importantly, the show presented these challenges as harmless fun, encouraging viewers and participants to engage despite natural caution and safety instincts. Doro combined mental challenges with increasing physical restriction to create intense psychological stress. Contestants answered trivia questions while being gradually wrapped tighter in cloth, leading to feelings of claustrophobia and helplessness. This simple format reflected how physical discomfort can affect thinking. As participants became more restricted, their focus declined, leading to more mistakes and tighter bindings, a cycle designed to increase difficulty and challenge. The cloth symbolized rising pressure and reduced control. The show's impact came from this gradual increase in challenge, pushing participants to their limits without dramatic actions. Viewers watched not just a game but a gradual mental challenge presented with humor. This framed intense experiences as engaging entertainment over time. The long-term effects on participants were not discussed, though such stress can be difficult. The focus was on immediate entertainment rather than participant comfort. The cloth wrapping also served as a visual metaphor for how the entertainment industry can limit personal freedom, turning participants into figures for audience attention. Contestants were literally wrapped up for viewers' amusement. What do you think drives people to watch extreme shows like these? Share your thoughts below. The Bum Game is a show that raised concerns about human objectification. Its premise involved contestants guessing which person each body part belonged to using partial visual clues. This simplified individuals into fragments presented for public attention. The show drew criticism for its portrayal of participants more as objects than as people with feelings and dignity. Contestants appeared as anonymous body parts, shown to millions who focused on the pieces rather than the whole person. Many participants joined thinking it was a harmless game but later faced unexpected challenges related to how they were presented. The format encouraged viewers to judge bodies in a way that some saw as insensitive rather than appreciating human diversity. The humor came mostly from awkward moments and embarrassment, which was the main source of viewer interest. The show used participant discomfort as part of the entertainment. This concept influenced other media by promoting the idea of viewing people in fragmented ways rather than as whole individuals deserving respect. Some contestants may have participated due to financial need rather than personal choice, highlighting how economic factors can impact decisions to appear on television. The Bum Game's legacy serves as a reminder of the importance of balancing entertainment with respect for participants. It shows how audiences can unintentionally support content that challenges dignity when framed as lighthearted fun. Akbingo was a show featuring young women in challenging positions within the entertainment industry. Running for 11 years until 2019, it presented difficult situations under the guise of lighthearted variety entertainment. The show featured members of AKB48, a girl group under close management. It included segments with public challenges that involved discomfort and embarrassment, which became a recurring element. One segment involved the girls playing dodgeball with increasing tasks for those who were hit. These included mild electric shocks while eating, smelling old socks, and interacting with insects, causing visible unease. The entertainment focused on participants' reactions rather than the tasks themselves. A key concern was the pressure on these young women, who may have felt unable to decline participation due to career risks. The show presented their challenges as entertaining, which some viewed as reinforcing problematic stereotypes. The emotional impact on teens and young adults was not fully addressed. Their well-being, confidence, and relationships may have been affected, although the focus remained on viewership and production. Over more than a decade, Akbingo illustrated how challenging content can become widely accepted when popular. Its global reach shared these themes broadly, influencing perceptions of young women in entertainment and inspiring similar formats internationally. Brainwall might seem innocent, but it involves psychological manipulation behind physical comedy. Contestants wore tight outfits and had to contort their bodies to fit through moving walls. Falling into water appeared as slapstick humor, but the show raised concerns around body image, public embarrassment, and the use of personal challenges for entertainment. The focus was often on watching participants struggle, making moments of difficulty more visible than successes. The outfits emphasized every move, which sometimes turned physical challenges into spectacles rather than athletic achievements. The show presented physical differences and limitations as sources of humor, with contestant struggles framed as comedic moments for audience enjoyment. This created pressure for participants, knowing a large audience would see their efforts and mistakes, potentially causing psychological stress. Falling into the water symbolized a public moment of failure, often replayed for comedic effect. The show influenced perceptions about body image and reinforced certain stereotypes around physical ability. With its international success and multiple adaptations, the format has become widespread, spreading these messages globally and sparking discussions about respect and dignity in entertainment. Slippery Stairs was a game designed to test contestants physically and mentally while entertaining. Participants raced up a steep staircase covered in slime and grease, which was very difficult to climb. This caused repeated slips, frustration, and embarrassment for contestants. The show played on the natural drive to succeed. Contestants put in great effort, and their struggles became the focus of entertainment. The more they tried, the more their challenges engaged viewers. Physically, the course was demanding and had some risks. Without a stable footing on the slippery stairs, participants faced potential falls. The slime and grease made climbing harder and left contestants covered in a mess, adding to the spectacle. Mentally, the challenge was tough. Contestants could see the top but faced conditions that made success very difficult. This created a cycle of hope, effort, and disappointment. The creators aimed to highlight dramatic moments where effort led to challenges, making determination part of the entertainment. Slow-motion replays emphasized every struggle, turning brief slips into longer moments for audiences to watch. Competition added another dimension, with contestants sometimes encouraged to interfere with each other, turning cooperation into rivalry for the viewer's interest. Viewers were active in this dynamic. Their reactions supported the focus on contestants' challenges and encouraged dramatic moments. The show's popularity shows how such entertainment can become normalized. What might be seen as tough competition was enjoyed widely, illustrating how challenging experiences become part of popular culture. The tour was an intense show that challenged contestants mentally and physically for entertainment. Unlike typical game shows, it combined intellectual tasks with physical obstacles, creating high-pressure situations. Contestants faced scenarios where incorrect answers could lead to sudden drops or unstable surfaces, tapping into natural fears of harm and uncertainty. The show's challenges were difficult and designed to be confusing under pressure. Contestants had to stay focused despite stress, with success being very challenging. Physical obstacles, while safe, could cause lasting psychological discomfort. The tour also encouraged teamwork while setting contestants in competition with each other, creating a tense and stressful environment. This led to increased conflict and emotional strain. What stood out was how the show presented these challenges as tests of strength, making endurance under stress seem admirable when shown as entertainment. Many participants, driven by financial goals or fame, faced significant mental and physical demands within a system that emphasized resilience. In summary, the tour moved beyond just a game, becoming a demanding test of endurance that highlighted how entertainment can involve intense pressure and challenge. If you made it this far, you really care. Don't just hype it. It only takes a few seconds, but it will help this video go along further. These 13 shows go beyond bad television. They reveal the darker side of human nature and society's relationship with entertainment. They pushed ethical boundaries, often crossing lines that should never have been approached. Despite this, such content became normalized and celebrated in mainstream media, watched by millions. This reflects society's acceptance of suffering as entertainment and raises concerns about the long-term psychological effects on participants, who are often driven by money or fame and subjected to treatment that could be considered abuse. These programs also influence broader media culture, normalizing the commodification of human suffering. When profit and ratings take priority over human dignity, systems of exploitation emerge, dehumanizing participants for audience consumption. This history serves as a warning about the dangers of unchecked entertainment culture. As consumers, we should ask whether we are learning from these mistakes or merely enabling more sophisticated ways to package and sell human suffering. The story of these shows reflects what we are willing to watch, laugh at, and accept in entertainment. It is a mirror of our capacity for cruelty and compassion and challenges us to choose which side to nurture. What are your thoughts on these disturbing examples? Have you watched any of these shows? Share your feelings in the comments, and remember, sometimes the stories that make us uncomfortable are the most important to reflect on.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.